Okay, so Amar Rab Chanan. You see that? It's on Ayin Amud Aleph, maybe halfway down. Yeah. It's 78. Amar Rab Chanan. Chanan says, "Le'nibri Yayin Beilam Menachem Abeilam the Shalim Schar and the Rishoyim." Why was wine created? To comfort the mourners and to give reward to the wicked. Why do we want to give reward to the wicked? We want to get them to get rid of their reward in this world, and that way they won't have the world to come. Oh yeah. So Shanema, as it says in the pasuk, Shenu Sheikha La'ived V'Yayin L'Mari Nefesh. They give the wine to the Ived. Ived means the one that's lost, referring to the wicked. We give the Sheikha is like a hard one. Heavy alcohol. We have that. And give wine to the one that's bitter soul, which is referring to a mourner. Rab Yitzchak. Yitzchak says, "My diksev al teri yain ki yesadim." Don't put your eyes on wine to be drawn afterward because it's red. Now, what does that mean? Al teri yain. Don't put your eye on wine, which causes faces to become red of the wicked in this world. But makes their face white in the world to come. The red face is like the enjoyment. They have all the enjoyment in this world. Rabba says, Alteri yain ki yasadim, alteri yain shechri saydam. It says, don't put your eyes on the wine, which in the end will cause people to be killed because of it. What is that referring to? Why will people be killed because of wine? Okay, I guess it's going to kill the person. Why is he going to be killed? Maybe it's making the red wine. Yeah, but why would a person be killed because of wine? Does it mean that he's going to it's going to drive him to death? Yeah, no. Like he doesn't feel like a blow like afflicted upon him. Like if he gets hit, like if you want. So you won't do tshuva. Interesting. Okay. So saying you'll be beaten to death, and you won't even be aware of it because of the alcohol.
You know what's funny? When I was an intern in the ER, we wouldn't have to give anesthesia sewing up alcoholics who came in and fell, because they were self-anesthetized from the alcohol. So what he said, okay. I'm sure nowadays they appropriately give it anyway, but they wouldn't feel anything.
We had one. One time we went to one of our neighbors' teething. So we took a cloth, we dipped it in vodka, we rubbed it on the gum. Anyway, we went to the dentist, and the dentist said, "What did you do for the teething?" So we took some alcohol, we rubbed it on the gum. With the alcohol? You have to use the gel. There's a gel in there. We said, "Yeah, we looked at it. It says in the ingredients alcohol."
When they do the grits.
Yeah, they give a little wine. Yeah. Okay. Rav Kana Rami. Rav Kana posed the contradiction. It says like this: Siv Yismach Karina. Well, actually, I should read it like this: Siv Yishmach Karina Yisama. It's written with the shin and it's read with the sin. Now, you don't really know how it's written, and the way it's read is based on the tradition of how the vowels are, right? But it says that it could be read Yishmak. Now, what Yishmak would mean is like Shmama. Zacha, someone merits when he drinks the wine, Mesampe, it gladdens him. Loi Zacha, if he doesn't merit, Mishamamu. It makes him. How do they translate that? Not crazy, but destroys it. Shamamu is like desolate. Okay. I know Dama Rava, and this is what Rava explained. He said, "Kamra v'reichani piktin." That wine and nice smells can enhance a person's understanding. One of the interesting things about wine is that you're supposed to try to smell in it like senses that you've experienced before. Like the people that really are into wine, like, my grandmother's closet, or something like they smell like these things. But it enhances their memory. I don't know how much else it does. Okay. This is the famous statement. It's quoted in Tanya, Rava, that wine and smells make a person smart. Amar Rav Amram Breder Rav Shimon Bar Abba Amar Rav Hanina Ma'idasiv. So quoting this verse in Mishlei that says, "Lami oy." To who is this? Is the woe? Lami avai. To who is the another type of woe? Alas, or something. Lami Marat Medanim. To who is the other quarrels? Lami Siya. To who is there complaints? Or who does the complaining? Lami Pitzoyim Chinam. To who is the wounds without any cause? Lami Chachlilei Sinaim. Who has the they translate Chachlilei? Blaring? No, they translate Chlilas as blary, but I don't know what blary means.
Red eyes?
Red eyes, that's right. Chachlilei Sinaim with red eyes. To who? The Mucharam Alayayim. The Ma'acham Alayayim. To those that keep late over the wine, the Boyam Lachkam and Musa, that are going, they're seeking out mixed drinks. Okay, now we quoted a pasuk, and we say like this: Kiyasa Rabdimi Amar, when Rabdimi came, Amri Marava, he says that it says that they said in the West, which is trying to Israel, Haikra, this pasuk, Mandadarsh the Mereshal the Sefer Midrash, the Sefer L'Reishim Midrash. You can read this pasuk both ways. Where's the subject and where's the predicate in this pasuk? We go like this. It could be that who is someone that see how they say it over here. Rashi. Who has all of these tsaras? Who has all of these problems? To a person that's worried about his wine, he's always looking for good wine. He usually has all of those problems. He has the oy and the avoy, the woes and the complaints and all that. The other way of doing it is talking about someone that has all the worries, complaints, or a wicked person that he's always fighting or he's getting wounded because he's fighting with people, so he should drink wine. Like we said before, that the wine was created for the mourner, for the wicked, to take away their reward in this world. To give them the reward in this world so they don't have it in the world to come. Okay. Darash Uber Glila. This Uber Glila taught the following the Galilee. Did they say his name is Uber? Okay. You be like an Uber?
Over. It's a sailor.
So this Galilean taught Yud Gimel Vav and Nemra B'Yayin. Now I don't know if that means Yud Gimel Vavin or Yud Gimel Bayin. It's 13 woes. Bayin would mean woe. Like oy vay. Yeah, they have a vav. Okay, well literally it's a vav, but the Gemara is learning it that when it says that vav yud, it spells vay. There's 13 woes in this pasuk. Now
it's funny if you're learning this in Yiddish. That's right, vine, never vine.
Regarding the wine, it says Vayachal Nayas Esadama Nayas. It means he profaned himself. And the man of the earth Vayita Karim planted a vineyard. Vayishmin Ayayin, he drank from the wine. Vayishkar got drunk. Vayiskal b'saychalai, and he rolled in his tent. Vayarcham aviknanis ever the father of Canaan saw the nakedness of his father. He told his two brothers outside. Same B'yefes as a similar. Same B'yefes took the garment. They put it on their backs. Both of them. They walked backwards. They saw. They covered their father's nakedness. Now it's interesting. I counted 15, not 13. So, Vav the Upneim in a minion, and Vav of Yefes is not minion. Okay, so there's two of them that aren't part of it. You see in the Rebbetzal Ransford. You have to erase two, and then you put in Vayikatz Mienai and Vayeda. He awoke from his drunkenness, and he knew what his young son, had done. Okay, Rabbi Shmuel, Machlokes Rabbi Shmuel. Chadam Asersoi, Chadam Arave. One of them says, one of these opinions says that Chum had castrated his father. Other opinion said that he lived with him, Saddam. Mandam Asersoi, the one that says that he castrated him. Interesting. Because he caused that Noach should not have a fourth son, so Noach curses Ham's fourth son. Because Ham has four sons: Cush, Mitzrayim, Push, and Canaan. Right? That's four. Cush, Mitzrayim, Push, and Canaan. So he curses Canaan. He says, you stop me from having my fourth son? Let me curse your fourth son. That's the if he was castrated. Mandam Rava is one that says that he was Sodom, Gomer, Bayar. Then from the words it says that he saw in his son. Over here it says that Canaan, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. He uses the word Bayar. Saw. And over there it says Bayar. It says Shem ben Tamar. It says that Shem, son of Tamar, saw Dinah, and he was attached to her, and he lived with her. So we learn from the same like Xavier Shabbat. It says that same word here, it says that same word there. We associate them together. Okay, according to the opinion that says that he castrated him, that's why he cursed his that's why he cursed his fourth son, like we explained before. If he did sodomy with him, then what is sodomized? He sodomized. Then why does he curse only the fourth son? Curse the whole family. Why the fourth son? Like, why do you pick that one? What is the fourth son? If he stopped him from having his fourth son, so fine. But here, what does that have to do with the fourth son? It says The Gemara answers that he had both. He did both. He castrated him and he sodomized him. Two together. That explains why he cursed the fourth son, and that's what explains why he got cursed. Okay. Noach profaned himself and he planted a vineyard. Amar Rav Chisda, Amar Rav Ukva, Amar Rav Marukva, Amar Rav Zakat. We have the statement coming up. Amar Yakadosh Baruch Hu Noach. Hashem says to Noach, Noah.
You remember God from last week.
Remember that thing that Noah,
Bill Cosby.
Build an ark. What's an ark?
What's a cubit?
What's a cubit? Okay. So he says, Noach. Shouldn't you have studied? Shouldn't you have learned your lesson from Mother Marishan? You know what caused all of our problems was wine. And there you go again, and you're drinking wine. Command Omar, this is according to the opinion. That tree, that tree that Adam Rishon ate from was a vine. Vine. Okay, the Tanya was starting a bright set of Meir.
Maybe it's like that at the end they say
Five. Mayor might see in Shachal the Mishman Gafanaya. It was a brisa where a mayor. That's the mayor's opinion in the brisa. Another Mishan ate grapes. Concord probably. Maybe because what causes a person to wail? That's wine. That's really causes a problem. People get so embarrassed about the things that they did with wine. They can't even appear in shul afterwards. You know, like for these wild Kabringans. It causes them terrible pain. Rabbi Yehuda says, it was wheat. Because a child can't begin to talk until he eats grain. That's when he starts to speak. The gematria of chita is 22, right? Is that over there? Tam Daga. What is it?
Until they talk.
Now, since the Das is the tree of knowledge, so when does the child have knowledge that he's able to talk? That is when he eats the grain. The Nehemiah said it was wheat. It was a wheat stalk. We said we call it a tree of knowledge. It turns out it was wheat. Today they would say it was corn. The Nehemiah was a fig. The Davar should kill by Niskanu. Because what he was came corrupt, that's how his problem was fixed. I saw the fig tree in the Fruit and Spice Farm. They also have one in Fairchild Gardens. Massive leaves, like maybe like a foot and a half wide. So this has got to be the leaves that they use. Big leaves. Like the fig leaf has 5 fingers. But this was like big.
I would think that before they were probably around.
Yeah, maybe. So what caused the problem, that's what it was fixed. That's how it got fixed. They put together fig leaves to make clothing. Okay. We mentioned the pasuk in Mishlei. Now we have another pasuk in Mishlei. It goes like this: Divrei Lemuel Melech Masa Asher Yisarta Imai. The words of Lemuel, the king of Masa, that his mother, what's it called? Gave Masa to? Admonished. Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, Mishum Rishim Ben Yitzay Neimer Rishim Ben Yitzay Melamed. This teaches us his mother, Shlomo's mother, tied him to the bedposts or something, or to a pillar. Well, Amar Loi, she said, Mabri. What is this, my son? Mavrid, what is this? My the child of my womb. Mavar Nadari, the child of my oath. Mabri. Okay, now we go back to explain. What happened over here was Rashi spells it out that where did I see it? Where did I see the long Rashi about he came late? Okay, whatever the case is, what happened was when Shlomo married the daughter of Pari, so she set up the ceiling to look dark, and she put like stars, like they do like a planetarium. She made a planetarium in the bedroom.
Who did?
The daughter of Pari. So he slept late. He looked up. Every time he looked up, he saw it was dark. He slept late. And the next day was the inauguration of the Beis HaMikdash. So he came late to the inauguration. His mother was very upset about that. She already didn't like the shidduch. Remember that joke? It says, I know this is the one you're going to marry. I hate her already. So I told you it wasn't a good match. Anyway, so the mother was Bathsheba was very upset with Shlomo for this. She ties him to a post, and she starts to hit him. He says, Mabri, what is this, my son? Is that how they translated? What is this, my son? Everyone knows Shavicha Yerushalayim. Everyone knows your father's God-fearing, David. Look at this. They're going to say it must be the mother that must be my genes that caused you to come out like this, coming late to an important event. Ma Privitni, what is this? The fruit of my womb. All the other men of the Shlomo's house, once they became pregnant, they didn't go to have relations again with the king. It says in the Gemara Nida that if they have relations during the pregnancy in the last trimester, it makes the child more like strengthened child. It's good for the child. First trimester is not good for the mother or the child. The middle is good for one, not the other. The last one is good for the both of them. Last trimester. So I was trying to make sure that you're going to be Missouri's. It's like alacrity, like not lazy. Mabri Bar Nadari, what is this? My son of the maybe like what happened? The son of my oath. So basically, everyone in your father's house, they would take a vow. All the women. Yili ben Hagel Malchus. I should have a child that's fit to be a king. Anina Darti Marti. I took a vow and I said, Yili ben Zarzum Amulaba Torah. Hagel Navias. I wanted him to be filled with Torah and to be ready to be a prophet. Look at what's happening. You're waking up late. Right? Al the Malachim Lemuel. No, Lemuel, don't be like those kings. Al the Malachim Shisu Yayin. Don't be like those kings that drink wine. Al the Malachim, not to those kings. He says to him, Malachim Malachim Shisu Yayin Mishtakim Vayin Lamal Lanu Tel. I think they're saying, what do we need God for? Come what they say? Yeah. So he's saying, what do you have to do with those kings that they drink wine, they get drunk, and they say, who needs God? And raising them are princes that are seeking hard liquor, hard drink. Misha called Razi Oilam Gloinla, we play on the word raising, which is princes. Play on that word, we say that someone that has all the secrets of the world are revealed to him. Yish the Yayin, the Yistakar is going to drink wine and get drunk. She must have fed him wine. She must have served the wine. Oh, that's what I thought. I looked up the pasuk in Mishlei, and Rashi says that this is all talking about Rashi on Mishlei is saying that this is talking about what happened that morning when Shlomo woke up late. On Friday, the rabbi woke up late. Right? Remember those books?
Yes.
Conservative.
There were 3 books, right?
It's more than that.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
No, it's more. It's Wednesday and Tuesday and Monday. Kept on going.
Wednesday was with more.
That's Tuesday. No, but he also has a Wednesday. Friday, the rabbi got wet. I'm saying. So he portrays in those novels the complications of the community that the rabbi has. I don't know if you remember this. It's very interesting. He kept trying to fire the rabbi and the thing. We're not going to renew his contract. Okay, so what happened over here? He wakes up late. What are you drinking, Misha? If you have all the secrets, okay. Ikadamri, those that say Misha called Reis Ne'ela Mashkim LaPischa. If all of the princes of the world are coming to your door, Yish the Yayin V'Yishtaker, you're going to start drinking wine. Amar of Yitzchak. So this says, Minayin Shafazer Shlomo V'Hidlima. How do you know that Shlomo agreed? He said, Mommy, you're right. I should really stop my drinking. It says, Kivara Noichi Meyish. Because I'm more foolish than a man. Lebina suddenly, I don't have the understanding of man. Two expressions of man, Ish and other. Kivara Noichi Meyish. Minaya. I'm more foolish than a man. Who's the man? That's Nayach. Nayach is called Ish. He says that Nayach, profane, Nayach, the man of the earth, profane. Suddenly, I don't have understanding of man. This is Adam. So this is saying that all of them fell because of wine. It says that Shlomo also is now agreeing that he should have taken a lesson from that. Achal b'chaburas mitzvah. Let's say he ate at a gathering of a mitzvah, he ate at a fabrengen, some sort. So if he drank that, he had to steal. Had to steal money to buy wine, to buy meat and wine. What's happening here is that let's say he's stealing money, but he's not eating it, and he's drinking meat and wine, but he's eating it at a fabrengen, at a mitzvah party. Amar Rabavo says, you have to eat at a party where everyone is srikin. Srikin were bandits. But Rashi says srikin are just empty people. How do they translate srikin?
Good for nothing.
Good for nothing? Is that what they think? Good for nothing. Oh, that's how they get it from. Ilani srak. Srak means trees that don't give fruit. I thought it was surikin. Surike was surikin was like a comb. The comb was called surikin. I wonder why the comb is called surikin. Then there was something else. Maybe that was sikrikin. Sikrikin was a dagger. Was the name of the knife. Okay, so the question over here is that if you eat, you have the only way that it's going to be a ben sermer is if you eat just a bunch of good for nothing. He said that if he eats at a mitzvah, then he doesn't become a ben sermer. So 1 second. Time of the mitzvah. What's the reason why it's not a ben sermer? It's because it was a mitzvah, a lav mitzvah. But if it wasn't a mitzvah, he doesn't need. We understood that if it's a mitzvah, then he's not going to be a ben sermer. But if it's not a mitzvah, we don't care who's at the party. He could become a ben sermer. Comes along Rabbi Bo and says, 1 second, he's not a ben sermer unless everyone is a good for nothing. But we didn't understand that from the Bryce. From the Bryce, we understood just if it's not a mitzvah. So how does this work? My answer is it's really coming to tell you like this. The Afagav the close Rican, even though everyone is a good for nothing, so therefore you would say to be a ben sermer, even though mitzvah caustic or mitzvah, but since he was eating there because of a mitzvah, he won't be drawn after it. And how do they say that? That he won't lead him to become the problem of what we're worried about, right? The mimshach, he won't be drawn after his habits. It's a mitzvah. Oh, really? That's what it's going to say. I didn't know it's because of the conversation that we're going to have. I just understood that someone's good is going to be there. It's going to be a good influence. Yad Ramah. Okay. Also, be if he ate at the party that they have for Rosh because they made a leap man. The Maimra, the Basavia in Moscow. What do you think? The only way that he can be a ben sermer. The only way he can be a ben sermer. I have to stop for a minute. I have to do that. The only way he can be a ben sermer is if he eats meat and wine. Well, but Tanya, so that would mean that at this party they must have bought meat and wine, because we're saying that he's not a ben sermer because this was a party of the Shachedish party. But Tanya, what are you talking about? They only brought to that party bread and beans. There's no meat there. Soy burgers doesn't count, right? So Hakamash is coming to teach us they only served bread and beans, but he brought his own TB dinner, and right, and he had his meat over there with his wine. But because it's a mitzvah, even though he wasn't eating the same food that they were eating, but he's not going to be drawn after because it was a mitzvah. Won't lead him into the other problems. We mentioned about the party that they make when it becomes a shchedish, that they would only go up to the room to have this party with 10 people, no less than 10 people. And they will they would only bring up to the party grain and beans. They would only go up. Hari Bure means the night after the evening. means on the night of the 31st, which is already the first of the new month. So it's already a leap year, and now it's the night after. It's not a leap year, leap month. It's already not just 29 days, it's already a 30 day. Now we're going up to the 31st, which is no such thing, which means the first. They would only go up by day and not by night. That's what would happen. No, first one says they wouldn't go by day, they would only go by night. Now it says they wouldn't go by night, they would only go by day. How does that work? So mama's a contradiction. So Kia Barabba told his sons, you should go up early. You should come down early. If listen that people should recognize what's going on. Yeah. Okay. What that means is that you should go up before it gets dark to the party, so that people there will recognize that there's a party going on, and they should understand when there's because everyone's going to see you. They see you going up, and they should also come down early. Don't stay after the night's over. Continue to stay there. Don't stay there that long, because then people think that you just went up and came down. You come down very early in the morning, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. People understand that you were there all night. And that must have been a big event. Oh, big event. Oh, it must have been a shayla. Right? All the days. That's all they could do was gossip. That's not going to become a Ben. Even the now, obviously, what he's doing is he's taking. Is he allowed to buy meat with my? Yeah, he's buying the meat with my Sheni money, and he's eating it in Yerushalayim, which is a mitzvah. But since he's doing it properly, then he's not going to be drawn after the evil ways to become addicted. The Gemara here seems to say that if you're doing that, you don't get addicted from for bringing it. I'm not so sure about that. Is that what it's saying, like Mimshach, that he won't be drawn after? It means he won't be addicted. He won't be. That's what it sounds like.
Even though like he's using like stolen money, just like
because it's a mitzvah, it won't make close on. Like the people say that they won't gain weight from Shabbos challenge. This scale.
It says, if he ate meat and wine purchased with Master Sheni money, he won't become Ben Surah, because the definition of Ben Surah is that he stole the money to get the meat.
He stole the money. He's stealing the money. Obviously, you have to add that in.
It's not.
Rashi adds it in. Don't have to be my Sheni. Rashi on the top. Okay. Now we said, let's say he ate carcasses and animals that were either died like this or died like that, shkatzim or ramasim or creeping creatures and insects and things. Amar Rabba says, Ben Surah has to be red meat. It can't be fowl, right? Can't be chicken or something like that. Okay. You said it doesn't become Ben Surah because it's Katzir and Muslim, because these creeping creatures made it look like it's because they're not kosher. But let's say they would be kosher. Now, 1 second. You said it was only red meat. It wasn't creeping creatures. It wasn't lizards and stuff. It was only red meat. Even a bird won't count. What we mean is that you had the right amount of meat. except for you're missing one little tiny drop. And in order to complete that drop, we filled it in with this lizard or whatever. So that's not going to count. Why? Because it's not kosher. If it would have been a bird, it would have actually worked. A kosher bird, it would have filled it in. But now because it's not kosher, it doesn't fill it in. Because it's not kosher, it doesn't work. Okay. So eat something that's a mitzvah or something that's an avera. Var mitzvah, what would be a mitzvah? And the comforting the mourners. They have the meal over there. You go to the mourner's house and they're serving things to eat over there. I never thought that there's a mitzvah to eat there. I always thought that there's food there, but it doesn't mean you eat it. You know.
So, yeah, other trade from you now?
It's not trade.
Whatever they cannot
No. If he eats the non-kosher food, he doesn't come ben Sarah Moira, but he ate non-kosher. That's a separate issue, right? He gets malchus for that, but that's not a ben Sarah Moira. Okay. Mrs. Tanfumi Avela. Is that interesting? Do they explain what the mitzvah is? You go to a mourner's house, there's always like mandelbrot over there. But you're supposed to eat it.
It's talking about the first meal.
Oh, the first meal. Sudas Abra. Okay. Maybe that's supposed to you serve it to them.
But the other meals you would be overindulgent.
Oh, you mean the Ben Sarmar would be overindulgent?
Yeah.
Okay. So you meant that anyone that goes over there to eat it. The Dvar Avera, Tainus Tzibur. What is the Dvar Avera? That means if it's a public fasting, he eats. Time of my, what's the reason? Amar. Listen to this. The pasuk says, "Einenu shamia b'keileinu." He's not listening to us. Who's the us? The mother and the father. Not that he's not listening to Hashem. That would spoil the whole thing. That to be a Spencer Murray, he only doesn't listen to the parents. If this was strayed for stolen, no, it is stolen. If this was strayed, or it's an avera to eat because it was a fast day, even if it's a fast day or a rabbinic fast day, then he's not a Ben Murray because he's not listening to his parent. He's not listening to Hashem. He's not a Ben Murray. He doesn't qualify as a Ben Murray. He's too not religious. Too not religious. Ben Murray is already a darga. Okay. And he eats any food but doesn't drink, but he doesn't eat meat, drinks any drink, but he doesn't drink wine. What is this referring to? What does it mean, la suye? It's going to include that even though he ate Vela kilis is a type of Vela are figs or dates. Figs, but it's a pressed fig that has a alcoholic properties. It makes him drunk. So, but just the dvash, the color of nicholas and mikvash. I skipped the line. 1 second. Lafid Vela coming to include Vela kilis is not going to work. He drinks honey and milk, even though that could also be intoxicating. That's not going to make him a Ben Sarmai. Tanya was taught in the Bryce of the kills just as Drash B'chol. This is the mitzvah. What happens? So what does it mean lasuya? It means he will be a Ben Sarmai or he won't be. If he eats this fig,
Here, a Russian the figs are not addicted. So I won't.
So he won't become Ben Sarmai. And the Tanya was taught in Bryce that if he eats this fig or he drinks milk and honey, she comes into the base of Migdash, it's going to be chayiv because he can't come in drunk. But that doesn't seem to just fit with what we just said. Why is that?
It says tendency to disorient.
So maybe what it means, what the Gemara means over here, because it just quoted something that seems to be the opposite. Maybe the Gemara is just proving that these things are intoxicating. That's what the Gemara is proving. He doesn't become a ben sermer till he eats meat and drinks wine. Let's say he eats any food, but he doesn't eat the meat. He drinks any drink, but he doesn't drink wine. He only becomes a ben sermer once he eats meat and drinks wine. Even though we don't have proof for this, but we do have a support. Don't be like those guzzlers of wine, and gluttons of meat. Because those guzzlers and the glutton inherit, and they and torn, tattered clothes will a numa wear. What is a numa? A slumber. Will wear torn, tattered clothes. Rab Zeira says, if anyone that sleeps in the base medrash, I violated this. His Torah becomes torn into shreds. The way I understand this, he keeps dozing off. He doesn't have clarity on like what he just learned before. Everything becomes like disconnected because he falls asleep in between every. But I don't know if that's what it means. I think it means he just doesn't show respect to the basic medrash. So that's it. Okay, let's leave it over here. Up to the Mishnah. Back to sign. You okay with tomorrow? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, have a good night, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Shkeach.
Thank you, Rabbi. Have a
Good
good
day.
Shabbos.
Good night.
Okay.
All good. I won't be for Shabbos. I'm going to the Ufruf in LA.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm in Arizona, but tomorrow I'm going to LA. So,
Amazing.
all good.
Okay.
Okay. Shkeach. Thank you.